Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome back to Theresthattarot. Sag, the song that was playing when I was shuffling your cards is called Tired. I've been feeling so tired. Oh, baby, come and hold me. Only one desire. Baby, come and save me. I know our loving expired, but baby, say you need me. If that makes you a liar, then you can blame me. I wish I could have loved you better. I wish we could start this over. I wish that I could be whatever, or what I could never be. Right. This came up in your reading, what was this, over the weekend, I want to say? Somebody feels like everything that somebody's feeling like a mess up right now. I feel like somebody's blaming themselves right now for two people that fell out of alignment with each other. And it's easy for us to do that. Ugh. Say you break up with somebody, or one person falls out of love, or whatever the case. It's very easy to end up blaming yourself for that. Well, I had a conversation with my auntie this morning, and I told her, I said, you know, auntie, I've been trying to retrace my steps. You know, the last relationship that I got in, it was such a roller coaster that, you know, when everything hit the climax and, you know, when the tower hit, okay, I said, well, damn, what mind state was I in when I even got with this person? You know what I mean? I really had to sit down and retrace my steps, and I remember it clear as day. I was working on the tarot channel. I was doing a lot of studying. I was isolated for the most part because it was quarantine. But I had built myself up so much spiritually during that time, and just like, you know what I mean? I was feeling good. And one night, I was like, you know, all I do is work. All I do is this. All I do is that. You know what I mean? The same energy I'm feeling in this part, like everything I touch keeps ending up broken. I try to be enough, but life is ripping me open. I couldn't love you. I couldn't let you love me if you date. Anyway, it was a bit of self-depreciating kind of thoughts. Like, I'm bored. I never do this. I don't have nobody in my life. I mean, I give my energy to the people. I give my energy to the audiences. But what about me? So it became like this selfish, this I'm bored. And I have an ex, you know, and we were raising his children together for 5 years. And one of the things, whenever one of his boys would come and say, I'm bored, he would say, well, why would you insult God like that? God gave you, and the boy was talented, okay? Ooh, that little boy, when he played the drums, it looked like he had 5 hands. He was a percussionist. And he had been playing since he was 4 years old. So he said, well, you know you're insulting God when you say that you're bored, because you have so many gifts that you can be utilizing. And I was on track that night. But then I got bored, and I logged into the dating website, and I met it was the most beautiful nightmare. But I attracted someone who's easily bored, easily distracted, someone who was looking for a thrill. You know what I mean? And it was a very entitled type of energy to it. It was a taker type of energy to it, because I'm looking for something to do right now. Now, I end up falling in love in that situation. But I wasn't attracting that person from a place of, you know what? I'm beautiful. I'm strong. I'm kind. I'm compassionate. You know, I wasn't attracting that person from a higher state of mind, you know, from my higher self. I wasn't focused on the feeling that I was looking for in said relationship. Because that's really what we want. It's not that you want that fine chocolate brother, you know. He don't seem to really give you too much attention. Like, he kind of plays to the left, and he's so mysterious and all that kind of stuff. It's not him that you want necessarily, or her that you want necessarily. It's kind of like the idea of it all. And we get real caught up in these ideas because I'm going to tell you, this man was fine. Very beautiful, like, to look at. You know, my friends always said to me, I had this guy say to me, he said, you're an art collector. Because, y'all, I have attracted some very beautiful men in my life. Okay, sometimes I be looking at them like, golly, I don't even know how I did that. But I was coming from a very fleshy, idealistic, you know, fantasy type of place instead. And when I got to the point where, damn, I've attracted all these beautiful men. I have all these art pieces. Okay. But ain't no meat and potatoes and none of this stuff. So what frame of mind was I in when I attracted this into my life? I was horny, I was lonely, I was bored, I was this, I was feeling insecure. And so that's what manifested. Was more reasons to feel like shit. Okay? And it wasn't until I sat down, this was recently, y'all. I sat down and I told myself all of the wonderful things about myself. And as I was speaking life into myself, the tears began to pour down, you know, and I started to just feel better. I started to feel that weight lift off of me. And then, without any guidance, I won't say any guidance, God is with us, okay? But instead of thinking about all the ways that I've been hurt and pointing the finger outward and saying, you know, this one hurt me like this, and when I was with Tony, he did that and this and that, I said, it's so nice to watch my husband cook for me and how much love he puts into the meals that he makes for me. I love the way he looks at me like no other woman exists. You know, I love the way he takes care of our children. I love that other people love him because I know why they love him. And he loves that other people love me because he knows why these people love me. Because we fell in love with the God in each other. We fell in love with the fact that we were two whole people that came together, and we're here to manifest greatness and to fulfill God's purpose in our life. I give thanks that I have a man who is like this, and it feels like this, and it feels like this. It's the feeling that I'm looking for, and God knows you want this man or this woman to be attractive. They know, the universe knows that you want to be attracted to your partner. But what is the feeling that you're looking for? A lot of times we love with our eyes and with the ideas that we attach to what we're seeing. And then we end up feeling like this. Like, just let me hold on to this fantasy that I've created. And we all do it. This ain't no judgment, honey. I ain't even got to the cards yet. There's no judgment. This channel, my goal with this channel, or my vision for this channel, was to help young women, honestly. Not to say that I don't. Oh, I always had a vision, even as a child, to help young women. I grew up in a house full of women. I have 2 sisters. All my sisters have girls. Okay, I got 5 nieces, four nieces. And, you know what I mean? Like, I've always been surrounded by women. So my goal was to help people. And sometimes we can't help each other if we don't point it out. We don't point it out, the problem. You know what I mean? And we have to do that with ourselves, too. So the first thing I had to do was get in the mirror and say, April, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry you didn't think you was good enough. I'm so sorry that you felt like you had to prove yourself to that man or those people. I'm so sorry that you didn't love yourself enough not to say no to all those invites that you really didn't want to go to. I'm so sorry I put you through all this bullshit, April. Have you ever apologized to yourself? You talking about crying. But you start to feel so much better. And this is the accountability channel, honey. I'm not just finna get on here and tell y'all, oh, he cheating and he ain't shit and she ain't shit and they ain't shit. No. You might not be shit. I'm just playing. But sometimes we have to, accountability channel. Let's get into your reading. Let's going on with Sagittarius? Why did I just talk for 10 minutes? Because it's time for you to get out of that energy and take charge of your life. That's exactly what this is about. Some of you may be dealing with the Aries, okay? But it's time for you to stop telling yourself no. Whatever this is, it's time to get up out the dumps about it, okay? Because I feel like either you've been holding a grudge, it's been causing a lot of guarded energy, it's been distracting you from what the shit that you need to be doing, your purpose, your money, whatever it is, your family. Or there's a relationship that you keep going back to that's a distraction for you. A lot of times it's not what's wrong with you, it's who. And sometimes the who is you. Because, and it was so humbling, Sagittarius, because it was like, I was talking to my auntie and I said, Auntie, all roads lead, everything that I've ever done, that ever happened to me, it all led to me. It was like when I really sat down and started dissecting and connecting the dots, everything was pointing back at me. And we think it's just a quote that's cute to use on Facebook. No, all roads lead back to you. I had and you know, I felt, my heart went out. I don't know who this was. They commented on a reading, and I sometimes I may come off a little biased. Sometimes you may hear a reading, and I don't know, I'm an Aries. Sometimes our words hit a little harder, you know. But my intention is love, okay. And a lot of times I'm picking up on all of these different energies in this reading, and sometimes if I come off a little attitudinal, it's probably one of y'all, okay? Because a lot of times, most of the time, I come into these readings, you know, I don't want to do readings unless I'm in a good place. You know what I mean? Just like a singer, I don't want to perform unless I'm in top shape. You know what I mean? So don't take it too personally if you get triggered in these readings. Anyway, there's something here that has served as a distraction, and I feel like it's been breaking your heart. You could be dealing with somebody who's not the best communicator. They don't communicate their feelings very well. It could be a Scorpio or a Taurus. There's a lot of desire for this person, but there's I don't even see how I could ever be with this person or how this could ever work or something like that. There's a big, I can't have this energy to it. And there's an inner knowing that I'm desiring something that I can't have and I need to stop. Or I need to analyze, really look at this desire that I have and temper myself. Let me get back to me. Because there's a road that I've been on that hasn't been leading me to this light. There's something that I've been doing where I stopped pouring into myself. And I noticed myself repeating a pattern of, I don't know, whether this is insecurities. I don't know. I feel like it's, whatever this is, has been the pattern of whatever insecurities. Or I feel like it has affected your confidence. And that's what we're not going to do, Sagittarius. Lack mindset, things like that. This is what we need to move on from. How do we do that? Stop putting your energy there. Stop putting your focus there. I had to tell myself, oh my God, here, look at the fool. That's you too. It's time for you to free yourself. The more, I used to be, I think at my biggest, I was 250 pounds. And it wasn't until I stopped focusing on how big I was that the weight began to melt off. You know, I said, well, Oprah says, what's the next best step? We ain't trying to tackle the whole 250 today. What's the next best step? Because that's all I can do. That's the only thing I can focus on right now is the next step, right? So, well, let me cut out soda for a month. See what that do. And just not focus on how big I am. You know what I mean? Just focus on, put my focus, if I drink water, if I only drink water for a month, and then I'm going to see what that do for a month. And then I'm going to go put my focus over here on my schooling, right? So I'm going to put all my focus over there. But I know over here, I'm just drinking water. Didn't nobody say you had to be perfect or you had to quit cigarettes or you had to do everything perfect at one time. You got to do one step at a time. But put effort into what you're doing and then put your focus on something else that's also going to grow. Because it's going to feel better once you get that degree, right? And then in a month, by the time you finish whatever semester you're on, then you realize, damn, my skin look so much clearer. I've lost so much water weight. Well, how about this? Now, this month, I'm going to continue on the water thing. I ain't drinking no sodas, no bullshit like that. And I'm going to stop eating after 8 o'clock. And then I'm going to tackle this next course. And then by the end of that, now you done came down a few dress sizes. You see what I mean? Stop focusing on the problem. Say what it is that you want, set your intention, and then go do something else. And every time you feel yourself trickling back into that woe is whatever, into this cycle of lack, poverty, mindset, whatever that is for you. Okay, insecurity, I don't know what that is for you. You snap yourself back out of it. Some way, somehow. I'm trying to think of a good example of how I'll be doing this. Oh, Abraham Hicks has a video. I can't remember what video it is, but in the video, you know, sometimes, matter of fact, my auntie said this one time. No, I forgot who it was. Anyway, the question was, how are you doing? And the person said, oh, I'm here. Like, okay, I'm here too, but how are you doing? We got to be very careful how we answer that question. You know what I mean? And what I started to do was say, I'm right on track. Things was probably falling the freak apart, Sagittarius, but I'm right on track. Things always work out for me. How you doing? You know what I mean? You got to start countering those thoughts because your thoughts turn into things. And as much as we don't want to believe that, it's so true. It's so true. This reading is about empowering yourself again. Realizing how much control you have over you, your actions, and over other people's as it pertains to you. Because if we're not vibrating on the same level, we're going to continue to zigzag. And I'm not going to keep myself in a place where I'm not vibrating on the same level. Because then the instrument is out of tune. Like you're not equally yoked with this person or this group of people or with this thing. You know what I mean? And you have control over that. So where's the broken string on your guitar? Is it this connection that ain't as connected as I thought it was? Or maybe I made, sometimes what's in our head is different from what is actually happening. You know what I mean? I thought it was the 10 of Cups, 4 of Wands. That's what I thought. But the 10 of Cups may have actually been was it just an illusion of the 10 of Cups? You know what I mean? Sometimes oh boy. Like I said, we a lot of us love with our eyes. And then we connect a story to what we see. But ain't no strong foundation there. Because is it actually happening in reality? Like, what's the reality of the situation? Am I desiring something? Ooh. Am I desiring something that's not real, basically? Because this is not bringing the best out of you, Sagittarius, and that's my concern. Nice. Justice in the reverse, and you know it. With the Queen of Cups. Something here is not good for you. It's not bringing you balance. It's not bringing you peace. It's a connection with somebody that you need to realize is stagnating your life. Okay? It's stagnating you. Moon in the reverse. Temperance. Hangman. Temperance in the reverse. Ten of Wands in the reverse. It's them. No. It's y'all. I don't feel like you're in vibrational alignment, so it ain't feeling good. And we need to let go of control issues so that we can start to feel good again. Because I feel like there's somebody who's swimming upstream. Alright? What does this person want to say to you? You feel like home to me? One person's afraid of losing the other. And what's this? Be careful with this person. How does your body respond to this person? Do you feel, I don't know. Does it feel right? Does it feel, or do you feel that slight vibration? Like there's a, like say if I have a guitar and you have a guitar, right? And I tell you to press the E string. And we're both pressing the E string, but there's a slight vibration. That means one of us is slightly out of tune, right? You don't want to feel that vibration. It should be smooth like water. There's a vibration here with this person. I love you, but I don't like the way you make me feel. I'll wait for a sign from you. Somebody been taking you for a ride, Sagittarius. And I feel like the problem is that you or them, I don't know, take it how it resonates. One of you is afraid to lose each other. And the moment that I become afraid of losing you, I start doing shit that I don't want to do in order to keep you. Having good intentions and poor execution is like having bad intentions. You know what I mean? I feel like this person drops the ball a lot, or they may make a lot of empty promises, or it's like something about follow through with this person. But they feel at home with you. I'm starting to understand our connection, and I feel like we need to let each other go. But this is also somebody who may draw in closer to you when they feel you pulling away from them. Okay. I'm just doing what I have to do right now. Don't take this person back. Ain't nothing changed. This is also somebody who may... When I see this card, be careful. They may fight dirty. Ooh. And then next to it is this person has a side of them that you don't ever want to see. Be careful of being taken advantage of by this person. And for some of you, being taken advantage of any further. Because I don't even feel like this person, I feel like, you know what? Be careful of this. Because in relationships, a lot of people stay because of the service. And a lot of people mourn the service that you provided versus the person. Somebody here thought it was the Ten of Cups, like a wish fulfillment. And somebody here was a taker. But there was a connection, though. And they do think about you. But it feels like maybe the tables have turned in this situation. Maybe you started to swim downstream and you started noticing this person don't communicate with me well. There's always a reason for them to apologize. And I remember everything about what happened that day or that time or whatever. And they may act like they don't remember it. They may gaslight you and say, well, you never asked me for that, so... Some of y'all know what that means when I said that. It's really hard for me to open up. I feel you leaving me behind. I wish I had told you all these things that you meant to me. This is somebody who seemed to have been leading you on with potential. But what is potential without the corresponding actions? Don't fall in love with potential. It's so easy to do. It's so easy to do. We've all done it. I've done it. I can't tell you how many times I've done it. That's why I know how to tell you what I'm telling you now. Sagittarius. We got to get rid of that vibration. Something's out of key. Okay. I'm going to leave you with this. Oh, somebody got friend zoned. According to some psychologists, human beings are not capable of being just friends with the opposite sex or whatever sex you're attracted to. Okay. Here's the other one. Ay, Dios. See, this was another part of the problem too. There was somebody here who was thinking this is it for me. And the other person, I feel they weren't emotionally invested. And this says, the woman who does not covet the possessions of her husband, the woman or the man or whatever, okay? The partner who does not covet the possessions of the other partner is in love with somebody else. I love you, Sagittarius. Like, share, and subscribe if this resonated with you, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.